Hi, I am Janelle with Evan Pardis, and I figured I'd sit down and have kind of a serious talk with you guys about what's been going on the last couple of months, or last month, I guess, with the animals. Uh, as some of you know who've been following my Facebook page, you know that we had something get into our barn to and make our goats really sick. We lost a total of 3 goats so far, and up until now, we weren't quite sure what was going on. We checked fecals, we uh, gave them vitamins, we gave them antibiotics, and nothing seemed to really work. Um, the autopsy on the second goat came back saying that it was possible ionophore toxicity, which quite frankly is impossible because we don't give growth hormones to our goats. So, uh, with this confusion, we sent the last goat, Cole, and picked up a few fecal samples and a few feed samples and sent them to our vet. Uh, with this latest test, he says that the uh, parasite load is quite high, and in the end, he thinks that that's what caused the whole thing, even though originally the original fecal sample came back perfectly fine. So, um, but with the test coming back that there was something toxic, the ionophore toxicity, um, our best bet, our best consideration thought on what actually happened is that uh, either our food got contaminated by uh, a fungus or a mold or something that is natural, or the goats got sick. They get sick, they get the flu, they get a cold, and that lowered their immune system and made them more susceptible to a high worm load. That's really the best answer we've got. Uh, Upon finding the high uh, worm count, the doc didn't send the food in for testing. He didn't send in the goat in for another autopsy. So that's the answer we got. And while I'm not happy with the final answer that we got, there's nothing we can do now because we have no dead body and we have, you know, no new or no samples of the food. So that's what's been going on with the goats. We did also lose 3 ducks, 2 of them to the cold, and one of them hurt his leg. Ogre, if you've been watching. Ogre the attack duck, he was doing very good, but he still had a limp. But I was frankly running out of cages and running out of room in my house because hi Kiki, I've had goats in my house since December 18th, one goat or another, or a duck or another, and my house isn't that big. I just don't have the room, and so I had to make a choice. Put Ogre out and risk that he might get more sick, get hurt again, or that the other ducks might hurt him more, or possibly lose a goat, which ended up happening anyway. But it's a hard choice, and there's nothing I could have done. And so going forward, we I have Little Diamond. She was showing signs of uh, the low temperature and some weakness. So we brought her in. I gave her antibiotics. We've already wormed them all. Every single goat on the property has been wormed with a high dose of basically safeguard, I guess. Um, and they've been given LA, or Diamond has been given LA 200, which is the oxytetracycline. Hi, Bronx. And they've been given, she's been given Drench, she's been given B complex shots, she's been given, I'm pulling out all the stops. I mean, I'm giving her everything I can to try to make her better. So we will see if what we've learned has actually helped us to keep from losing any more goats. So we will check her tomorrow, her temperature, and keep her on the fresh water. I have some Timothy hay for her. You know, she's being treated like a princess inside, but she has a very small cage. So that's what's been going on the farm. Although some good news, this week we are planning on cleaning out the entire barn and setting up a, not so much a quarantine area, as I know where the goats are coming from, but I'm getting one new goat, a boar goat, a very large goat, a large goat, larger than what I got, and she is possibly pregnant. But since she is much bigger than the Nigerian dwarf goats and alone, we've decided we're going to set up the birthing pens a couple months early, or a month early, so that we can put her in the birthing pen and they can get to know each other over the fence. And then when time comes that they're closer to giving birth, we can introduce her actually into the pen with the rest of the goats, and then kind of rotate in any of the existing females that are pregnant, which with Diamond going down, with being sick, I doubt that she's still pregnant. And same thing with Vanille. Same thing with Vanille. Because I can't imagine with them being as sick as they were and their temperatures being as low as they were that they're still pregnant. Keeping an eye on them still. Keep an eye out for udders and loosening tendons and everything else, just to be on the safe side, because I would hate to have them go through all of this and the baby still survive just for me to lose them to inattention. So it looks like Calypso and Miss Princess Peach are pregnant, and I would be surprised if we got less than 5 from the two of them. But I hate to do you hate to do numbers with goats, so uh, but I'm expecting only the two to give birth, really. Plus the new boar goat, uh, probably mid-March. So, uh, but I just wanted to sit with you a little bit and talk about everything that has been going on with the goats and give a definitive answer, or as definitive answer as we have, on what has been happening with the goats. So, like I said, I am very much not satisfied with the answers that we got, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. And that's what I got, and I hope that answers any questions that you guys had about what was going on with the goats. Also, if you have any questions that maybe I'm not clear on something, always feel free to ask me. You can either get a hold of me here on YouTube or my Facebook page, Evan Pardis on Facebook. I also have a blog page that I don't update near as much, but there are lots of ways to get a hold of me if you do have any questions, and emailing me personally either through the channel or through the Facebook page if you don't want to post a question to public. So, yeah, that's all I got. So, too bad it wasn't good news. Great news, but I'll take what I can get, and I'll give you what I have. So, you guys have a great day.